What's up, y'all? Came to do a CD collection with y'all, show you what me, Keenan, got for y'all. Of course, you already know why I go by Key on my Instagram account, which I am the artist, the musician, the producer, so hey. But hey, I'm gonna show you my CD collection. So first things first, we're gonna start with, we're gonna start in ABC order, so we're gonna start with Aaliyah. So, get things right off the bat. Here's the first album. I know you guys can see, because it's reflecting in the mirror, but we got Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. Classic project. And, a lot of, bad things happened throughout this, this era when Aaliyah was alive, but, it was good that she gave us this good album. So, that's all I gotta say about this. Second album, this album right here, One in a Million, this really pushed her to a new level. I tell you, I know when I wasn't alive at that time, but I know when my sister was alive, I knew that when this album came out, everybody around her age to whatever went bananas because they never heard anything like this before. This is when Timbaland and Missy was starting to come alive. Like when Leah gave them the chance to produce on that album, that was it. Shoot, that was when she was really putting the blueprint together. Amazing album. And lastly, the Red album. Self-titled. A fucking masterpiece. A masterpiece. Like, let me tell you this. We Need a Revolution, Loose Rap, Rock the Boat, More Than a Woman, Never No More, I Care For You, Extra Smooth, Read Between. Come on, man. Like, even though, One in a Million maybe a masterpiece, maybe, a blueprint of its own, this was like a blueprint for alternative R&B artists at the time. Like, I tell you, this album was so left field that I can understand why it didn't get as much, commercial success at first. Even though Aaliyah was a huge name, this album was very left field from the previous two works that she had. Especially Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, because that one was basically the whole R. Kelly, sound, if you know what I mean. But yeah, Aaliyah was just, an amazing legend. It's sad that she had to die at such a young age because I felt like there was more for her to, there was more for her to be, sorry if I'm, can't speak the, good, words, but there was more for her to expand on with her music and her acting career and multiple things. Because if she was alive, I believe that she would have been up there with Rihanna, Beyonce, and many others. Especially she was getting offers from Whitney and Janet at the time too. It's it was crazy. It was just nuts. But yeah, that's it for Aaliyah. Moving on to the C, because I don't have B's or anything else. We have Childish Gambino. We have Camp. This album right here, even though a lot of people don't like this album, I still think it's an amazing album in my opinion. I love Camp for the one reason that it was basically what Childish Gambino have summed up from his prior works before up to Camp, like Sick Boy, Poindexter, I'm Just a Rapper, The Serious, and Cul-de-sac and EP, all sum those up together, make it a little bit more mature, and put it into this one project right here, Camp. This album, in my opinion, I still love this album. A lot of people don't like it. I still love it. At the time when he this was the first album he worked with, with Louis. Even though it's not the first project, it's the first album he did with Louis. So yeah, I really love this album. this right here, a masterpiece within itself, bro. It's like, and it was trending like a couple weeks ago, and this showed you that how much people really love this album because of the internet. Like, come on, man, amazing, top notch, like the whole rollout he did for this one album right here because of the internet was fucking amazing, bro. Like, I don't know what to say, bro. It's like he not only had, like, you know, this album in the vault while he was working with it, he knew that, you know, this album was gonna change everything for him. He knew it. Like, everything about this album was just amazing. Like, the screenplay he added for it, when he talks about the boy, which is basically like a symbolism for his life, what happened, but also he put it into like much more like story details. And then the short film, the subtle hints of the bro. And plus, it's like, this is like one of the albums that really helped me at a dark time as well because of the internet. Like, I remember I was just having like so much, you know, problems with myself, you know, girl problems and stuff. So it's like, yeah, I really love this album, bro. Like, come on, man. It's like Shadows, Crawl, 3005, of course. Everybody knows that song, one of his most famous songs. But man, The Party, Earn, Telegraph Avenue. Shoot, my favorite song probably on that album has to be, you know, man, what was that one song I know that really had connected with me? It sucks that I forgot it because, shoot, it's like, you know, when you're doing this video thing, it's like a lot of things are racing in your mind, so it's like that. But man, it was just such a beautiful album. I love it from top to bottom. Love it. And lastly, you got Awaken My Love. This album, you know, this isn't, in my opinion, this is not as good as Because of the Internet. A lot of people love this album. Me, people claim it to be, you know, Childish Gambino's best project. And I can really respect it because this is when he really, like, this album right here, I really felt like this is when he started to expand his creativity a little bit more. He made like some good old ass 70s psychedelic, funkadelic, you know, music. It was amazing. Like Redbone, Shoe, man, Redbone, Terrified, Stand Tall. Oh God, I love this album. I love it. Even though it's not my, you know, top notch with, you know, Because of the Internet, I still really love this album. And of course, you got the new album that's already out right now, 3, which was dropped like last Sunday, which is called 3 Point whatever, March. I don't know what you name that album, March 15th, 2020. I love that album. I think that album is tied with Because of the Internet. So it's like, man, shoot. And it's hard for me to pick a favorite song besides one song I know, which is Vibrate, which is 12.38. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. And we got 2 albums right here by G1. The Bachelor. During the time when you heard about, you know, 1 in a Million blowing up, Timbaland was working on this album. So it was like this album had came. I think this album came a little bit before, you know, 1 in a Million came out. But this album right here was a masterpiece. Like, Timbaland really put his foot in this. And of course, J.Y. as well. It's like his singing ability is amazing. Like, Tell Me Do You Wanna, Holla, Lonely Days, J.Y. For Your Mind, I'll Do Anything. Come on, man. It's like, I love this album. And of course, you got 100% Genuine, which is another classic by Genuine. Top notch. even a lot of people will say that 100% Genuine is better than, you know, The Bachelor. But in my opinion, I feel like Bachelor is a step ahead of 100% Genuine. Because in my opinion, like 100% felt kind of corny and cheesy, you know. It's like this one has a little bit more darker vibes, and it kind of like gave us a little hint of, you know, how, you know. It's like it gave them like, because during this time period, a lot of people like saw Genuine as this like this very mysterious artist, like similar to how Michael Jackson was during like the Off the Wall and Thriller days. Like you may have know him throughout Jackson 5, but when you seen like, you know, Off the Wall and Thriller, it's like, whoa, he's very different. And some people have the same feeling about The Weeknd as well. So. And he's one of my favorite artists too. Shoot, I love The Weeknd. Even though here's one thing, I haven't listened to his project yet, and I need to listen to it. Shoot. I have one album by this artist, and his name is Justin Timberlake, Justified. Justified is, of course, a classic within his own. Shoot, so many, you know, memorable bops. Yeah, Senorita, Like I Love You, What You Got, Take It From Here, Cry Me a River. The Neptunes, Timbaland, they already put their foot into this. Also, they have like the whole documentary on this, you know, album too. It's worth checking out. Make sure you watch it. It's called The Making of Justified, and that's where they show you. They show you mostly, you know, the Neptune clips. They don't have any Timbaland clips, but the Neptune clips is very worth it. So that's the reason why I'm whacking his hat right now. So yeah. Next artist we were moving on to is Easy. This is The College Dropout. This album really changed hip hop. It really changed hip hop. Even though it didn't change hip hop, you know, sonically, it really changed hip hop in, you know, in the way they see rappers at the time. This album is a classic. Mostly for the reason that, you know, it came out at a time where many people was, you know, they were starting to get tired of the gangsta rap. And, you know, you couldn't get as gangsta as 50 Cent at the time. It's like, come on, like G-Unit, Dipset, of course, like, you couldn't get, you know, that gangsta. That's my Google thing. But yeah, just Top to Bottom, We Don't Care, Jesus Walks, Graduation, shoot. Bro, the soulful production on this album, the Chipmunk Soul, man, I don't have much to say about these albums. These albums are amazing. Like, all these albums I have are so amazing. Bro, it's like he really had an amazing sound when he, you know, dropped this project. Like, even though it was basic, it was the whole Chipmunk Soul sound, it was fire the way how he pulled it off. A year later, he dropped Late Registration. I love this album. I love it even more than College Dropout. Bro, this album, when he dropped this, he was on fire. He knew he was on fire. Like, that's when he fully, you know, this is when his vision started to come alive. Kanye, when he dropped Late Registration, the ability that he had to combine the Chipmunk Soul elements of College Dropout with the live instrumentation, fucking amazing. And give it not just only like a live instrumentation feel, but make it sound like it's from like the, if you guys, you know classical music or study like, you know, old school, you know, music from like the whole medieval time stuff, the way he carried Baroque era, like, you know, type music into this album, I love it. I definitely love it, bro. And plus the lyrics on the album is just amazing. Shoot, man, it has so many classics on it now. Of course, the first song, Heard 'Em Say, Touch the Sky, Gold Digger. That is, of course, that's a classic single. But man, besides that, We Major. That's, even though that song is like at least 7 minutes long, I think 7 to 8 minutes. I don't remember much. I haven't listened, even though I love, you know, Kanye music. I haven't listened to Kanye music in a while. Been mostly on some, you know, usual. But man, We Major, that whole song is so beautiful. Like, it's like that one. It's like the way he's like arranged that song. It felt like at the beginning you were just starting to charge up. It's kind of like you're going into Super Saiyan mode. Like you feel like Goku in a sense. It's like you feel like you're about to grow stronger and grow stronger, and as soon as it hits that second part, you're like, you feel unstoppable. You're like, this is a new you. That's how We Major felt like when you first put that song on. Amazing. And we have here is Graduation. This was the album that made me a Kanye stan. Talk about him. Like, I have so much memories of that year when, you know, Kanye was going versus the 50 Cent. You know, in that whole, you know, promotion battle to see if he's gonna outsell. So, and that was like a huge point of rap. Cause that was when, you know, we was thinking, it was like, okay, is gangsta rap gonna still be popular? Or are we gonna really get into this real emotional, introspective rap? And Kanye was the biggest example of that. So when he outsold 50, I knew that was going to open up the gates for so many artists. And it's going to open the gate for an artist that I really love so much. I'll talk about him in a minute. But yeah, shoot. And plus, the whole, you know, outfits he wore throughout that era is so amazing. Like, man, there's so much I can say about this album, but man, it's just memories start to come back. But man, but Stronger, Barry Bonds, shoot, the production on that album, even though it was very electronic team, it felt like childhood. It felt like listening to like cartoonish music, but in a more, you know, more hip hop feel. But you know, that stuff really connects like that. 808s and Heartbreaks changed hip hop forever sonically. It changed hip hop forever sonically. And when I say sonically, because when he dropped this album, everybody was sitting listening to this album like, what the fuck is this? And now everybody's on this, you know, auto-tune wave shit. And I'm pretty sure Kanye and all credit should be given to like T-Pain, anybody else that came from, especially Kid Cudi, which that's the artist I won't be talking about in a quick second. Because if it wasn't for Kid Cudi being on that album, in my opinion, there would have been no point for the album to, you know, really exist. This album, I really doubt that this album would have, you know, really made this. Man, that's hard. It's hard to say because I really doubt that this album would have hit the way it hit if it wasn't for Cudi being on that album, because he was a real huge part on it. But man, it's like this album was amazing. Like, Welcome to Heartbreak, Heartless, amazing, Love, Lie Down, Paranoid. Like the whole album was amazing. Of course, you got a verse by Lil Wayne on See You in My Nightmares. And he barely even cursed on that album, but it was still fire. Bro. And of course, Kanye's magnum opus, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I love this album. Just it's a hip hop masterpiece. Like, even though it's not like, it's not like super huge into like, you know, in my top, you know, 10 whatever albums, I really respect how this album, how it had to hip hop into a new entire climate. Like, shoot, he really mastered everything. He gained the sound, the Chipmunk sound. Even though it wasn't everything about All My Beautiful Darkest Fantasy, it had too much of the Chipmunks, you know, soul sound. But he had the soul elements from College Dropout. It had the live instrument elements of, you know, of Late Registration. You have the electronic, you know, electronic, you know, hard-hitting, you know, sound of Graduation, with the more auto-tune, airy, atmospheric motion of 808s, all combined into this one piece right here. Just amazing. Like, Runaway, bro. Honestly, man, it's like, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say this for one thing. How you gonna be a Taylor Swift fan and be like, this album is not amazing? How? Man, I tell you, when it comes to making top like 10, whatever, 20, whatever, 50 albums, it's hard. It's really hard to make these albums together, because it's so much great music. Man, I tell you. Of course, you got Watch the Throne. I say, even though it's not my, you know, my favorite, you know, I used to really love it when I was younger. It's not really one of my favorites anymore, but it was a really good album. Like, there's a lot of classics on here. Like No Church in a While, of course, you know, Paris. Shoot, Who Gonna Stop Me? Murder to Excellence, which Ye killed it on whenever it's like bar night. And I don't care if you're a whole stand, bro. Like, Ye killed. There's a lot of verses on that album where Ye killed, you know, Hovind. And there's a lot of verses on that album where Hov killed Ye. And so it's like, things balance. And I know I'm probably getting a lot of Hov stands pissed off, but you know, it's the truth. It's like, they beat. There's times when Ye beat Hov, and there's times when Hov beat Ye. Let's be real. So, alright. And now I'm about to talk about my biggest inspiration to me, in my opinion. Even though I can't consider him like my overall favorite artist, he's a huge inspiration. Kid Cudi. Man on the Moon 1. I love this album. It's Shoe. Man on the Moon 1, it really spoke to me, like, you know, at the time. Because when I was like 14, I was just, you know, having so much hard things going on in my life. When I heard like Kid Cudi for the first time, this album was like a relief to me, because I felt like I kept dealing with, you know, with my own personal life. I kept feeling like I was shit. And then when I heard Kid Cudi and he felt like this, it's like, wow, this dude really understands how I feel. It's like, damn. It's like, wow, shoot. There's so many classics on this album. Soundtracks in my life. Cudi Zone, Intergalactic, of course. Day and Night, Sky Might Fall, Pursuit of Happiness, and My World, Simple As. But bro, I'm about to name the whole album. Alive. And you know, even though Cudi doesn't talk about this song nowadays, it's still a good song. Make Her Say, with, you know, Ye in common. Even though I really love this album, it didn't hit me hard like this one right here. Man on the Moon 2, when he dropped Man on the Moon 2, this one really, really had me in a hard row. I tell you, this album really helped me though. It helped me a little bit more with Man Number One. Shoot, Mr. Major. Man, Mr. Major. When I first put on that song, I literally cried. I was crying a lot to Mr. Rager and Ghost, bro. Just so many, you know, hard times I went through listening to those songs. This album was a masterpiece. And I still believe it's one of the best albums of the last decade. Shoot, Scott, he took what he had made from like the previous album, but he expanded it into a more harder detail and give it like a full-on fledged, you know, spice to it. Like with, you know, my Man Number One, he had like the whole 808s, you know, fluent sound, even though it was like pushed into, you know, its full form. This is where you have the whole 808 sound mixed with more psychedelic sounds, which is amazing. I really love this album. It's really like, you know, an album I play. It really connects me at a personal time. So I don't have much to say about it. I don't have much to say about all of these albums. These albums are amazing. And yeah, right now we have Wizard, and this is probably gonna be like my last, you know, album I'm doing because I'm almost about to reach my time limit on my camera. So what we have here is Wizard. It's a dope project. I really like this album. Like, it has a lot of people only know it for like Teleported to Me by Jamie, but yeah, he had a lot of good, you know, songs in this project. Arrival, High Off Live, Dream Time Machine, Love Art, Shoe, Live and Learn. Man, this album was just amazing, in my opinion. It's like it was a really good project for what, you know, Cudi was trying to do and challenge his listeners with. I'm not the best speaker in the world, but shoot, I try my best. But yeah, that's it for part one of, you know, this little small tutorial. not tutorial, I'm tripping, of this little small CD collection thing. I'll be back with the second part.